So I'm absolutely in love with this new 27 acre we've got in Spearfish, South Dakota. My name is Miles McLaughlin here with Wilco Land. I'm going to walk you through this property. I have drone imagery. I'm going to talk about access. I'm going to talk about common questions and FAQs, talk about who the target audience is, some potential uses for the property and what I know to it. Like I started the video, I'm in love with this property as a South Dakota resident. The Black Hills has a special place in my heart. This is right in the Spearfish Canyon area, really close to Spearfish, just right behind Terry Peak ski area. Really, this is the gateway to the Rockies, right, in western South Dakota, and really a cool property. I've been up to this one. My partner and I drove out there. Like I said in this video, I'll show you some drone imagery. I'll talk about what I know about it. It's adjacent to the Black Hills National Forest, so just kind of jumping in and talking about, target audience, it's going to be folks looking for a hunting escape, a place to build a cabin, just a recreational land investment in South Dakota, or again, like I said, something to build on, right? Your options, we're talking about, buying a land investment in South Dakota, one of the freest states in the country. People are, wanting land in these areas because it is still one of those places where a landowner can do what they want with their property. Obviously, you have to follow, different types of environmental health concerns and stuff like that. Some pretty basic stuff, but compared to the rest of the country, this is going to be one of the freest areas that you're going to have access to, right? Landowner rights, essentially. And so we get a lot of people interested in that aspect of it. And number two, it's a world-class area for recreation. The Black Hills are so cool. And I just want to stop on this photo really quick. You can see I drove right back there in like a 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Nothing too challenging. The road bed is right there. It's overgrown. I mean, you could go through with a grader or like even a lawnmower, honestly, and really make this road look good. Otherwise, you could even throw some gravel down if you wanted to. But a lot of our customers want this type of privacy. This is at the end of a road, and everything beyond you is a national forest. So nobody's going back there. I mean, this is truly as secluded as you're going to get in the Black Hills. It's really cool. And then I told you I was going to show you some drone imagery too. This is me walking on the property. These are some views up how, you're sitting up top, you're perched up there. You're the last property at the end of a dead end road. Everything behind you is Forest Service. So, it's really a unique land investment. It's something special, right? And that's how I would describe this as a special, one of a kind land investment, really a legacy asset you're going to pass on to the next generation. So the previous landowner's leaving his camper on the property. If I get out there one of these days, I might, go check it out. I didn't go inside it when I went and looked because I didn't know that was a case. So I didn't want to intrude, but yeah, it's in really good condition, to be honest with you. I might pull it off the property if I get out there, but I highly doubt I will get out there before we sell this. Typically, we move property pretty fast here at Wilco Land. And again, just to show you that the previous owner was able to pull a camper on the property gives you an idea of how solid this road is getting back there. It's a good road. It's a fun drive. It's a rough enough road to keep it secluded, if that's what you're looking for, yet it's definitely passable. Like I said, I was able to get to it in that 2011 Jeep Cherokee. There's a ton of flat areas on this property too. So when we were out here, you've got like aspen groves on the property. You're totally surrounded by the Forest Service. It's extremely private. People have built back here. Some folks have like storage containers and like it looks like dry off-grid cabins, maybe connected to power. There are some power lines you can see running through here. I can point out, like you can see it on my computer right there. There are some power lines back there. These aerial photos give you a good idea of like the road coming in back there. I showed you where the Jeep was parked when we went in back there, right? So you can kind of see the outline of the road. Again, kind of just showing you some of these photos. I wanted to show you this too. This is what the road looks like getting up in there. So really not a bad time. It's a fun drive back there. I'll say that. And so I do want to talk about this property location. I want to talk about viewings. So number one, if you want to view a property like this, you're going to have some sort of level of navigational skills. I'm using the GPS coordinates. I just pulled them right off of our website here. So here's the GPS coordinates, pulled them right off the website. I just plugged them right into Google. We can see Devil's Bathtub is right here. Really cool landmark in the Spearfish Canyon. This is a Spearfish Canyon, right? This is a famous road going through the hills called the Spearfish Canyon. Our property, let's plug these coordinates in again. And we can see our properties right here, just off Richmond Hill Road. And then you've got Terry Peak Ski Area just down here to the south behind it. So I'll talk about more detailed access here in a little bit at the end of the video. I want to touch on one more thing, that this property is, 2 legal lots, which adds a ton of value to this land investment. That's something I want to touch on before we get into access. So, it's challenging to split properties up. Like a random 27 acre, you might have to go through an entire process and application, and there's no guarantee you can split that thing in half, right? With Lawrence County, having two legal lots adjacent to each other just opens up so many options as a landowner. You can keep one and resell the other. You can keep both for right now. If you ever needed the cash, maybe you sell one down the road. So it just gives you a lot more options. If you want two homes and they only allow one home per property, well, guess what? You have two homes, you have two properties, and you can develop two structures, right? It gives you so many more options as a landowner. It actually adds a lot of value, right? There's an idea of diminishing returns as that acreage goes up. So you would think a 13 acre could sell more price per acre than a 30 acre, so you do have that ability to work with two legal entities here in this property. And so just jumping into the zoning, it's Park Forest District. If you want to read through that, I've got a link to the zoning website. You can read more about what's allowed with this type of zoning. Talking about access here, and I'll get into this more in detail on Onyx Maps, showing you where the property is at. Like I said, you're totally surrounded by Black Hills National Forest, but there is a gate getting back there. So these private landowners back here don't want anybody going back there. So there is one gate you have to get through. I do have those codes. That's common in these type of areas. There are easements in place. The title company did ensure access for us to this. So that's all good. But for viewings, reach out to me, please. We don't want a bunch of people just driving back there. So get with me here at Wilco Land. My cell phone number, you can call or text me, 605-250-1256. Again, and I can have a more detailed conversation with you about it. But now jumping into like how access works, you can see this blue dotted line. I mean, we're really close to Spearfish, Lead, Deadwood in this location. It looks further than it is. I mean, you're 20 minutes from Spearfish. It's really actually a passable road. So you get off. So you've got the ski area. You pass the ski area. Here's Lead, South Dakota. So you pass Terry Peak ski area, and then you go onto this road here. It's really, like I said, really accessible. And you pass the Richmond Hill mine. This is a gold mine right here. So obviously there's a lot of speculation on these properties back that we're selling here that there's, valuable minerals or gold potentially too. And, so we do retain and hold the mineral rights for this property as well. So just keep that in mind. And so you've got national forest all over as well. You see this green is all Black Hills National Forest. Then you've got some private land ownership, dispersed in here. This little blue line is a gravel road that you continue to travel. As I zoom in, you can see it's a really well road. These mines are maintaining these roads. You can see you go by some more mining activity here. Again, this is all gold mining, I believe. And then you get into, there's actually this guy's using his property. So when I was driving up here, this person's got a sweet shindig going up here. That's a cool homestead property up there. And so you can see people are using their properties for RV sites. There's some folks that have little off-grid structures back there. I know the previous property owner here had a bunch of game cams on the property. So there's really good hunting back here. And so the elevation, we can get to the elevation here in a second. You can see the property is mostly flat and the elevation somewhere around 5,500 feet. You can look in the bottom right of my screen down here, elevation profile, somewhere in the 5,500 range throughout the entire property. We can see this road really well actually here on Google Earth. It comes right in through here off this main road. So you've got this nice road. It gets a little more faint as you get back there. But like I said, I drove the Jeep all the way back there. The easements are in place. The access is there. If you want to improve that road, that's your choice. So some people want it as it stands as a hunting retreat. Maybe they'll do something with it down the road. Other people might be wanting to develop a cabin close to Terry Peak, or something of that nature. So there's a lot of different things you can do with this property. And that's kind of what I want to emphasize. There's a lot of options with a property like this. You're in a really great location. Again, pulling it back up on a map here, really close to Spearfish, Deadwood, Lead. The Black Hills are still under the radar in terms of value, right? I still think there's a lot of potential for this area to increase. I love it out here. If you haven't been out there, plan a trip, get out to, the Western South Dakota, and you won't be disappointed, and so, just double checking. I think I've covered most of everything I want to talk about in this video. If you have questions, you're welcome to reach out to me. I do want to end the video like I do the rest of my videos. It's just a quick disclaimer. We sell all of our property as is here at Wilco Land. You as a buyer are responsible for your own due diligence, making sure this property is going to be the right fit for you. This isn't legal advice. This isn't real estate advice. I'm simply sharing what I know about the property from my experience and through our due diligence here at Wilco Land. We do offer more of a self-service real estate model here. We have property in Montana, more property in Western South Dakota. We've got some affordable stuff in the Badlands, just a place to pull a camper on. Like I said, as I scroll here, you can see more property that we own in South Dakota. You can see we've got 200 acres out here in Buffalo Gap. So just a lot of different type of land investments available on the website. We try to focus on what we consider unique and epic land investments. So if you want to have that conversation with me, again, my cell here is 605-250-1256. Thanks for tuning in.